We OG, we OG. Oh no, G. You're not bullish enough. Yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got D or no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload. Yeah. Experts on reload. Yeah. You're not bullish enough. Yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got D or no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock. Ayy. Rooms is coming. Everybody on a knot. Ayy. It's a nuisance. Ordinal Revolution. Ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro. Got friends right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro. Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, like it in the seal. Merlin. I got balls of steel. Nuki on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me. Bitcoin's alive, what you gon' do? Mempool fees are high. Ordinal. Where does it stop? Nobody knows. It's a revolution. Ayy, Bitcoin is the one, no substitution. Ayy, with Shizzy and Yagobi, it's Ordinal Revolution.
Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin Ordinal ecosystem. What is up, guys? We have an amazing show for you guys today. We're live for another Ordinal hour, and it's going to be a really good one today, guys. We got Fonzie from Ordinal Hive joining us at 12 p.m. Eastern time, so about an hour from right now, which is going to be very exciting. He's going to break down everything what's going on. So they're live right now. You will need a waitlist to join their beta, but it's doing really good. I'm waitlisted, so I've been messing around with it. I love what I see. It's the blur of Bitcoin. It's gonna do amazing stuff. So we're excited to talk to him later, kind of get the in-depth details of what's going on over there. Obviously, we're gonna talk about some of the big stuff that happened yesterday, the Jamie Dimon stuff, the Mark Cuban stuff, Trump's concerns about China and cryptocurrency, and then the ETF. I mean, there's another 1 billion inflows in the last 3 days. Absolutely insane. We're going to get into some a lot of ordinal stuff too. A lot of stuff that we think is going to happen in Nashville. So we're going to be in Nashville. So if you're going to be there, definitely come hang out with us. We'll be at the event all 3 days, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So that should be fun. If you need tickets, go to our website. We definitely have that 21% off coupon there. So it's going to be exciting. So join that. So just so you guys know, next Thursday and Friday, we won't be live. Which kind of sucks because we force ourselves to be consistent, but we will be dropping videos throughout that weekend. We'll be dropping shorts and maybe an interview or something like that with people. It should be exciting, so definitely check that out. But we won't be live next Thursday, next Friday. But without further ado, bringing my partner here as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What's up?
What's going on, man? So next week we're gonna break our consistent streak. We've been live every single day. I don't think we missed a day at all, but that'll happen next week. How excited are you for Nashville?
I'm super excited. All this news that's kind of being leaked out on the timeline and behind closed doors. I think we're going to learn so much. You know, we're trying to get ourselves in a lot of this, these new innovative type of learning sessions and stuff like that. So we're scheduling those so we can bring back as much information to you guys. So I'm super excited. I'm excited to meet some people from our community. I'm excited to meet the builders in our network. So it's just going to be a huge week, in my opinion.
Yeah, everyone's going to be there. I mean, there's not really a few people saying they're not going to come, but it's just so funny too. It's like when someone says, "Oh, I'm not going to Nashville," it's like, "Damn, you're down bad, huh?" And that's kind of like the going segment for it. But it should be exciting, man. But let's kind of get right into it here. This is kind of something that we already knew, but Bitcoin ETF surpassed 1 billion inflows over the last 3 days. So the last 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we had $1 billion in inflows.
Yeah,
Pretty crazy.
that's huge, but not like you said, expected, right?
Yeah,
Germany sell off big, Mount Gox FUD, ETF managers saying it's time to go in, time to
yeah,
eat up some of this Bitcoin, and it's showing. It's showing that the ETFs are very very bullish on these cheap prices.
yep. Again, Trump is very bullish on Bitcoin. He says he expressed concerns about foreign dominance, particularly by China in the cryptocurrency industry, and emphasizing that the need for the United States to maintain leadership in crypto. This is something we've said, for a long time, that we can't lose dominance in this crypto industry. We've lost, big portion of it. Every builder we talk to, they're overseas, right? Or at
Yeah,
least a couple members of their team are overseas, and it's becoming really, really big over there. It sucks because we don't talk to a lot of Americans who are building because they're
couple.
worried. I mean, there
Yeah.
obviously is a couple. We're working with the couple that are right. So, but it'll be nice when we get to an environment when they're kind of pushing crypto to be the next big industry over here.
Yeah, he finally came on board with Bitcoin and the crypto industry, and I think a lot of people that are prominent in either business world or fintech or crypto are starting to realize that this could be like a Bitcoin play to have Trump
Yeah,
in office, right? For price action. And I think this is exciting because one thing that I remember from Trump being in office his last term was he was able to be transparent, maybe have disagreements with some of these other world leaders, but then come to the table. So I don't think this is like a hey, China is our nemesis, and we got. I think it's more of like, hey, we've lost a lot of time because messing around with the SEC and court
yeah.
cases, people having fear and not innovating here. Let's get caught up with that so we can be a leader again. With every business industry, United States has always been a leader, and so tech, we were the leader there, and you don't want
Yeah.
to lose your footing to a point where you're so far behind it's going to be too hard to catch up.
Yeah, exactly. This is one of the big points. When I talk to normies, they usually say, "What's stopping the U.S. government from just banning this thing, right? What's stopping them from just saying, you're not allowed to use crypto no more. We're shutting down all the crypto companies. No more of that." And the big answer to that question is, all right, then all the other countries will just take dominance of it, right? And then the other question is, why would we care? Because people don't understand if we did this with the internet. If we just said, "Oh no, the internet, it's not going to be as big as everyone thinks it's going to be. We're just we're gonna keep the mailman, no emails, right? We'd be so far behind
Yeah,
everyone else. It's just like it was, and that's what the same thing would happen. And they would have these rails of crypto and onboarding and just a system that is so much stronger than what we have today, which is very centralized and old, right? It's old. Everything are the money, the transfer license and stuff, that whole industry is just outdated, and we would
yeah.
be left behind in that.
Well, I think it also showed how much overreach some of these entities have had
Yeah,
in our world over here. It's not just the SEC; it's all those alphabet entities and private government funded entities, right? And so it just showed really, and with the internet, they actually did try to stall, but I think there was enough logic in the
yeah,
government and the military really to say, hey, no, this is don't try to do that, don't try to do that, and
yeah,
so that was stopped pretty quickly. And I think over here, it definitely took longer. But the good news is, if you look at the tech talent, we have a lot of it here.
yeah,
So, with that being said, if we reverse this thing, it could, this could be huge for the US, and which in turn could be huge for the rest of the world. Look, I'm glad that Hong Kong has become bullish on Bitcoin and crypto, and other parts of the world have that, because I think that's important too, right? Because you need to have this kind of be like a global like acceptance type of thing.
Yeah.
But you know, we have the original Silicon Valley, right? We have Silicon Valley, which is the tech hub, and then like you have other places like Austin and other cities in the U.S. that are developing these like tech hubs, and I think those have so much talent that we can get caught up, but it has to be now, and I think that's what you know, Donald Trump is saying here.
Exactly. And you got to remember too, is like crypto takes the middleman out of everything. It's direct peer to peer, right? There's no greedy pulls. Like if I want to send you money, there's like fees and fees and fees and fees throughout, and which is creates, you know, $1 billion industry that, you know, doesn't need to be there. There doesn't need to be like if I want to send you money, I don't need to like my bank needs to call your bank, you know what I mean, to make that transfer happen. It doesn't, it's you know, it doesn't there's no middleman anymore, which is going to take a lot of money from the banks. No wonder why Jamie Dimon has been screaming from the rooftops that he hates Bitcoin, but then secretly buying it, right? So
yeah. I mean, just to give you an example, when whenever someone tries to help like a mission or something in another country right now, they have to use the Swift system. And have you ever used that? Because it's not the most fun thing to do. You got to go to the bank, fill out a form, do all these things, get their bank information, their Swift code, and their bank codes and all this stuff. So that gets eliminated to where now you can send, you know, direct payment over this way. And I think that's what's going to happen in the future. So we just saw Cash Cats bring in the coffee and donuts. So I'm ready to go now.
Let's go. Let's get this moving on here. So Trump considering Jamie Dimon, JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon as Treasury Secretary, so the Janet Yellen position, and says he's changed his tune on Bitcoin and crypto. Says Jamie Dimon has suddenly changed his tune on his anti-crypto stance. So Jamie Dimon in reality has never really been anti-Bitcoin. Maybe he was in like 2013 when he told the people that, you know, if you're buying crypto or you hold crypto, I'm going to fire you. That happened in 2013. And then recently, over the course of the years, every time he's talked about it, whether he's in an arm sling or he's just kind of sitting there talking about it, he doesn't enjoy talking about it because they've been buying, and you know, a lot of it, that, you know, they're opening all types of Bitcoin custodian assets. They're probably they built the you know, JPM chain. They're buying crypto. They're learning about it. They're messing with it. They're beta testing it, right? So it's you cannot listen to what they say. You have to watch what they do. And he's been bullish on Bitcoin for a long time. The matters of without saying it, obviously.
Yeah, this one made me scratch my head, obviously, for obvious reasons. But I think Jamie Dimon is a complete psyop. His whole total existence is a psyop, right? When he says Bitcoin's a pet rock and criminals and blah, 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 like he's just kind of, in my opinion, just trying to throw the public off. Because what happens if he's bullish about it? You know, JP Morgan, obviously, if the CEO of JP Morgan is bullish about it, then there's people are going to start acquiring. And I think, you know, he's probably buying cheap prices, probably buying now, you know, and so it made me scratch my head because I don't like him because he's such a psyop, and he just tries to put these false flags up all the time about Bitcoin and stuff. But I don't know. We'll see what happens with this because I just don't like the guy. I don't know. I wouldn't want him to be there.
Yeah, I agree. But you know, as an American, you know, he's done a great job for JP Morgan, right? I mean, I think. So as you know, I don't know.
JP Morgan. I don't know about the Americans.
but well, that's true.
But I think the biggest thing is this. Look, if he can bring a net positive to the entire, like, the U.S. growing the Bitcoin and crypto industry, I'm on board for that. Now, would he be, you know, does he make me excited about it? No, just because of how I think that's more of like probably personal feelings, kind of, you know, emotions getting involved with that potential pick here. But you know, at the end of the day, I try to disconnect that from, you know, decisions in my own life. So I imagine I could do that eventually here. We'll see how this plays out, though.
I mean, anything's better than who we have now, right? At least he understands business at the end of the day. So moving along here. So first Donald Trump and Larry Fink, now Jamie Dimon. and then it's just pretty crazy. It's just
Michael
more and
Dell.
more. I mean, it's getting insane, dude. We're going to the moon. I mean, there's no stopping this once it goes. But and then to another billionaire, Mark Cuban says Silicon Valley is supporting Trump because they see it as a way to pump the price of Bitcoin. He goes on saying, "How high can the price go? Way higher than you think." So everyone's thinking 300K. I'm thinking 700K. And I think once we get close to 700K, everyone's going to be saying a million. But that is going to be when you see a lot of the billionaires start selling and then talking about it after 700K, in my opinion. But
yeah, Mark Cuban, another one. He's from my not from, but pretty much is now because he's lived
native,
here from my hometown here. But he doesn't want to say like a lot of great things about Trump, and so I think this is his way to say something positive. But I also don't know if I want to listen to him because he also got rugged in a token for like I think it was like 6 figures or whatever, right?
Yeah.
No, look, he probably has a good point here, right? Because you have to think like, why is everything starting to kind of one by one billionaires jumping on this Trump train, right? It's like, okay, a lot of these tech people are starting to come out. Bezos is coming out. Other people are coming out. Obviously, Elon, we expected that, but him saying how high can it go?
Way higher than you think.
Yeah, that's probably for the everyday person, right? Because I think the people that are in the space that listen to our show, us, other people in the Bitcoin ecosystem, we already know. We already know what where we know where it's headed.
700K.
So this is for the everyday person that is like, oh, crypto. I don't know.
Yeah, man. Well, before we get in your charts, I'd like to have a little guessing game with you, my friend. Where is the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index today?
I think
Yesterday
it
was
pulls back. So yesterday,
69.
what was it?
Yesterday was a 69. Last week was a 29. Where are we today?
I've been off big time on this.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna pull back a couple of points. I'm gonna say 66. See, like
61.
every time I think that, like I always think it's I'm too conservative on the point volatility, I guess.
Yeah, so we're right there. What does this say to you? Pulling back about 8 points from yesterday.
That we've been overbought. The price has been kind of pumped pretty hard ever since last weekend. So this is good. I like an 8-point pullback. I'd like to probably be more in the lower 50s. I think that's probably more of a fair assessment of where we are. So we'll see where this meter. It's all over the place though, isn't it? The meter is volatile for sure.
It is. It's way volatile than Bitcoin price for sure. But I think we hit the 90s next week. I think the Fear and Greed. It does
More volatility.
Yeah, I think we hit the 90s next week.
So that means that Bitcoin's price is going to be jumping up. Where do you see the price on next week?
I think we're gonna hit all-time highs next week.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
I think so.
My partner here he's all or nothing. I mean, at a 90, you got to imagine that you're at least like knocking on the door of 70,000, right?
72, 73, yeah.
Yeah, because 90 is pretty greedy.
I'm hearing I'm following the Bitcoin Magazine CEO, right? I've been following him, and he's just saying that like you guys are just not ready for the news that's being dropped next week. I think there's going to be massive amount of news dropped. I think there's going to be massive amount of people coming out, and that is going to surprise us that they are in Bitcoin. And I just think that this conference is really going to pump everyone's enthusiasm going into the this next election cycle, right? Because we're about to enter it. We're about to figure out who the Democratic candidate's going to be. The DNC is happening. They're going to pump the system with money, man. I'm telling you. They're going to pump the system with money, and everyone's going to feel very rich going into November. And they're going to drop interest rates. They're going to start buying back the bonds. It's going to get exciting the next 3 months.
Imagine being David Bailey right now. I mean, that guy's business model is, I think he's going to be like in 5 years, we're going to look at him as like a top like how we look at top tech guys right now. And he posted yesterday, he said we should have rented out an arena, not a conference building, because he all the tickets are going nuts. I mean, he's got Trump coming to speak at this conference with a crazy like list of other speakers, right? So I agree with you. I think next week is going to be wild. I think it's going to be so opportunistic to like be there to learn, to hear all the stuff that's coming. And this is going to be the craziest conference, Bitcoin conference that we've had.
100%. And like, so that's the thing is like, we're kind of expecting this, but from the outside world, the normies, they're not expecting all this news to come out next week, right? Because this isn't like a normal Bitcoin conference, in my opinion. This is something a lot bigger. And to Daily Bailey's point, that next week they should have got a stadium for sure. And I think next year they will get a stadium. And I just think that David Bailey's going to eventually probably going to buy one of these networks, whether it be NBC, ABC, something like that. I got a feeling they're going to drop hard in value, and his Bitcoin magazine is going to be a network television. I truly believe that.
I mean, people will probably thinking, nah, not, David, like, dude, this is the beginning of something huge.
Yeah.
Feel blessed that you're listening to the show right now. I feel blessed that we're having a podcast right now in this space, and it's perfect timing, right? So I agree. Like, I think that he's going to be a huge figure in just the world of business in general. And I think there's going to be huge companies that come out of the Bitcoin ecosystem here in the next 2 to 5 years. And we're going to learn a lot about them next week when we're there.
When David Bailey buys his network, do you think we can get a 8 o'clock?
Maybe. Hey, maybe we can like track him down like a stalker next week.
We want to be one of the shows.
Let me get 2 minutes. Let me get 2 minutes. No,
I want a 30-minute show every day.
I mean just 2 minutes to pitch it.
Yeah, for sure. All right, it's that time, guys. Let's get into it. The Bitcoin price action, if you wouldn't mind showing us your charts.
Yeah, let's get into it. Before we do that, though, guys, if you're on the YouTube side watching us, make sure you are subscribed to our channel so you can get notifications of when we go live and when we have pre-recorded videos, right? So we do episodes to educate our audience and people that are trying to onboard to our space. So smash that like for us as well on the YouTube side. On the Twitter side, guys, please share the space. Want to educate and onboard as many people as possible. But let's jump into it here. So I was off yesterday in terms of what I thought would probably happen. So I expected, I'm on the hour chart, by the way. I'm seeing a nice a double top kind of forming here. It's not perfect, obviously. It's kind of jacked up, but I see that it's going to probably play out here. But yesterday I expected us to have a little bit more of a bounce back up and then down, but it said nope, we're just going to go down, maybe start consolidate here and then more down. So like I said, that's what I'm seeing for the rest of today as well, to kind of finish out this double top here, maybe touch down to like high 62s, maybe even like mid 62s. I don't think we get all the way down. Maybe we do, if it finishes out the pattern, which is not perfect, like I said. But my indicators here that are making me feel this way is the stochastic RSI. Obviously, we hung out and oversold a bit, jump back up with the consolidation here, and I think we see more kind of hanging out down here and oversold again. You can see on the MACD here that the sell pressure came just straight out the gate really strong. You can see that. I mean, like the candles are a really dark red, very like pretty large, and then you can see the blue and red orange lines kind of separated a good distance there. So I do expect sell down today. Like I said, maybe touching 62.5, high 62,000s is what I'm seeing for the second half of today. The 4-hour chart, which is going to play into, I said yesterday today and tomorrow, is kind of giving us some backing to that thesis of how we're going to do for the rest of today. So you can see here we dropped into oversold. Looks like we're going to hang out here for a while. We were in overbought for a good amount of time. That was part of that, bringing that price back up. But now I think this is the correction time, right? So we can see we are below the 20-point mark here in the stochastic RSI. The MACD looks pretty, strong in terms of the sell-off. The red and orange lines don't seem too far apart. So it's going to be interesting. Maybe we, finish this sell-off by tomorrow. I think I'm going to be a little bit over my target tomorrow from what I'm seeing here. I called 63.5, 64,000. I think we might end up in that 62,000 mark. But I'm sticking with my 63.5. That's what I called yesterday. So we'll see how that plays out. So that's kind of the next couple days here. Down is what I'm seeing. And then for the 12-hour chart, it is weakening a little bit. We could kind of form a little bit of a bull flag here. We see the pole formed out here, and then maybe a little bit down, and then pop back up to finish next week off. We'll see how this plays out. But I mean, it's played out pretty well in terms of July. I still think that we, try to knock on 70,000 by the end of July. We'll see if that prediction plays out. The 12-hour chart usually gives you a week and a half to 2 weeks of forecast. And we're still looking pretty decent here. It's starting to weaken. You can see the MACD starting to weaken. We have been an overbought for a while. Looks like we want to come down here, but we could, like, if this bull flag plays out and we come down a little bit, this could bring the stochastic RSI down to kind of play like it's going to come down further and then pop back up. And we'll see if that's kind of how this pattern forms. So that's what I'm seeing for all three time frames here.
So your prediction for tomorrow is 63.5. Are you sticking with that?
I mean, if I can change it, I would to 62 probably, but that's not how the game's played, right? So I'll stick to 63.5. I said 63.5, 64. So we'll see if we can get a bounce back maybe early tomorrow, mid or late tomorrow.
Yeah, before we get into roll call quick, I just seen this pop up on my screen. It says huge to announce a USA Bitcoin strategic reserve in Nashville. So Trump's to announce a strategic reserve in Nashville, kind of what we were saying earlier. But if this is true, Dennis Porter, he works for a fund. It's like the Satoshi Fund. I'm not really sure exactly what they do, but it's something to do with like pushing Bitcoin, pushing proof of work and stuff like that. So they got 4 bills into law already. So that they're onboarding congressmen and stuff. So for him to say this is a big deal. If this is true, this could skyrocket Bitcoin next week. Another reason why I think next week's gonna be crazy.
Also, and that's huge. First of all, we've talked about that, and I can't wait to learn more about that because I think that's gonna really pump Bitcoin even more. But one thing I also want to bring up, I just saw this as well on my timeline. I just want to warn everybody out there. So Fractal Bitcoin put out, there's a scam attempt. Fractal Bitcoin's only official website is fractalbitcoin.io. I guess someone's trying to do faucet.fractalbitcoin.com. Do not go here. Make sure you're following Fractal Bitcoin to get any updates. But it looks like someone has been trying to scam people into thinking that you can get some testnet Bitcoin or whatever, and you end up probably losing all your assets. So be careful out there, guys. This is why we push Traverse so you can secure your layer 1 assets.
100%. All right, moving on here. We're gonna jump into some or my favorite part of the show. Jump into some roll call. Let's see who's here, guys. The roll call matters. The roll call matters. And first is first. Let's see who the winner of the show is, and it's our guy, one of our moderators, Tim Bake, AOD Art. Congratulations, Tim. You win today. And we have a new member. We have Daniel Dan. Congratulations. We're going live tonight on a members only video. We're going to be talking our 5K to 100K portfolio. It's actually doing, well, it was doing really good. I'm not really sure what it's doing right now, but we're going to talk about that tonight. Guys, come join us. Maybe let us know your opinion. What should we do and stuff like that. It's going to be fun. And we might be doing an impromptu launch. I'll launch live for one of our partners, Verothium.
No names yet. You can assume.
Posted this day. I'm not really sure what they're meaning by this, but yeah.
Yes, I know some of y'all are like, it's been 84 years. Yeah. That's my favorite meme, but but I think it might be. I know John's in here probably listening. It might be tonight. Having Sam on live is something that we're gonna try to do. We'll see if that makes sense, and we'll let you guys know.
Yeah. So we're hearing soon, John. We're hearing very, very. I mean, we're talking like hours at this point, but things change. All right. So, but the thing was, so with Verothium, real quick, the reason why they haven't launched yet was because you couldn't get new tokens over to Merlin yet, and now with Unicross and the bridge, everything aligns to this. So it wasn't Verothium. The deck's been done for a while. It was just about getting the assets that they wanted over to Merlin, and now to shout out Mr. J and Unicross, but it's here, it's done, and there's no reason not to launch now. So it's coming. He's got to add liquidity, and then you guys can start staking your mines and earning that Verothium gas token. So. We're moving on here. We got Bullish Zig in the building. Shout out to Bullish Zig.
Hey, man, I haven't seen him in a minute. What's up, Bullish Zig?
And we have Katie N is here. Pilko is here. PJNZ is here. Mike's World. Shout out to Mike's World. Mr. Hanky, the Christmas Tree. He wasn't number 2 today. So if everybody says Billy Cats, go, go, go. Shout out, a lot of Billy Cats, dude. Look, another Billy Cat. Lackey Lukey. Shout out to the Billy Cats. You guys are really showing out. And then our guy Yasher, he's helped us so much with the Telegram chat, man. He really kind of keeps me on my toes. I have to go in there every morning and let's see what Yasher sees that I don't see. But shout out to him. Thank you so much, my friend, and thank you for being a moderator as well. Ordinal Tweets is here. He says, guys, in the space of Ordinals, your streams are number 1. You are Ordinal Star. Thank you, Ordinal.
Hey, appreciate you, that, sir.
Glasshopper is here. He says, good morning. Bitren says, GM, everyone. Babu is here. He says, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy? And then we have Callie is here. ARC20 protocol? No.
Yes.
Reziak is here, followed by John. He said, "M here, baby. Great to catch you live." Shout out to you, John. About time.
Yes.
Missed you here,
John. We love John. I remember he used to get Shizzy going for his morning. He's like, John's my coffee, man, because he gets me going.
Yeah, man. GM. Satoshi's in the building. Chief Axel is here. Amir is here. He's a GM. Hit the like if you want to see Bitcoin all time. Yeah, that guy's. If the more likes that thing has, the higher Bitcoin goes. Just so
we've noticed that's a direct correlation, guys. So if you want to see Bitcoin at all-time highs, smash that like.
LSR is here. Brandon Wambler, actually, this is one of our topics later, Brandon. Someone bought the track 25,000 inscription wall. That thing was huge and it would not go away. Crypto Noob is here. eBuck is in the building. Shout out eBuck, man. Then we got the real comrade. Shout out to you. Vision of Tomo is here. Coach Cats, bring in the coffee and the donuts. We appreciate you, Cash Cats, every name in the book. I Walk Alone is here. Says GM Ordinal Revolution fam. Let's get the channel at 30K subs. Let's effing go. Share. Yes, we are 22,000 subs. That's what kind of happens with ourselves, dude. We go like sideways for like months and then all of a sudden just jump up. So we'll see what happens again. Titus is here. Shout out Titus, man. He won yesterday. He officially has a Nat Cat. Well, he had a Nat Cat before that because he
Billy Cat
of his Nat Cats.
Billy Cat.
Sorry. Woo, my brain's messed up today. Billy Cats. Yep. Tomo says that's a good call, Shizzy. I'm guessing he's talking about my all-time high by next week. Yasher says phase 2 of Untitled from Decentralized starts in 90 minutes.
90 minutes, guys.
Bullish.
When did he post that? Is there a time
25 minutes ago. No, 11:25. So 10 minutes ago.
Okay.
Crypto Cat is hey y'all, work over. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you. I'm guessing you are overseas. It seems like you are way overseas. You are over there in Singapore or somewhere in that area. Yasher is here. Steamy J is in the building. LSR is here. Cash Cats. She said, I mean Thursday. I was like, okay. Now you're back. Now you're back in the West. Looking forward to the road to 5K. Good show. Yep, we'll have that tonight, buddy. Wayne Taylor is here. Shout out Wayne. Francisco Jose said, what's up? And then that is your roll call for today.
Good roll call for Thursday, guys.
Yeah, man.
Good showing up every day.
Yep. All right. Jumping back. Let's see the banners. What we got? Okay. This was exciting. I'm not sure what it's going to be. And of course, I moved my thing when I did the Verothium, but it's called Fight Fans, guys. Fight Fans is something new that we've just really started learning about. Tokenizing boxers on Bitcoin. Fight Token is a platform coming soon for TAP and ICP. But the reason we're talking about this is this right here.
So, yeah, dude. Ooh, all your tokens went to 0 if you wear the red shorts. No, I'm just kidding.
So, It's very
Yeah.
loud, but I know
Yeah.
you guys aren't hearing it, but on my screen, it was very loud. It was just with music and stuff. But yeah, what do you think this is? There's not a lot of information on this yet, but what's your opinion?
I mean, of course, when you and I see something like this, literally we have like a 20-minute conversation of just throwing stuff against the wall, and we're like, oh, it could be this, it could be that, it could be this. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. You came up with the idea that this could be like an AI generation of fight, like League of Fighters that, you
Yeah.
know, you bet on one side or the other. It could be like an AI simulation of an actual fight that's happening live. You know what I mean? There's a lot of roads this could, or rabbit holes this could go down. With them not having a ton of information, your imagination just kind of takes off, right? So I like the whole simulation of actual live fights, because if they were able to, transition this into like UFC, MMA as well, not a lot of people want to pay $80 for the pay-per-view, right? So
Yeah.
if they bet on something, then they wouldn't mind watching the simulation, which will reflect the exact live results or something like that. So
Yeah. I mean, you can do this with like a boxing, let's just say Xbox game or PlayStation game, right? You can set the two fighters, set them both as computer, and you can just sit there and watch it. Same thing with like WWE. You can set like Undertaker versus like Triple H and just watch the match, right? So that's somewhat similar to what I see this being. But I do feel like you're gonna be able to buy the token, and let's just say there's some type of payout similar to what Agora does, but for let's just say simulation events. But it would be pretty cool where like they can make these fighters like legendary in a way of being like, oh wow, let's just say Jim Bob's fighting tonight, and like I won a bunch of money on Jim Bob last time, he's undefeated. They could do different things with that, and that Jim Bob token could skyrocket, right?
yeah,
So it's
yeah.
just like it seems exciting, and holding that gets you the rewards of some kind in some type of
Well,
way, you know?
I kind of compare it to the sports card industry. Like I think I brought this up to you before. Luka Doncic having a great year. His cards, his actual collectible cards, they shoot up in value. He's an MVP for the season. You see it
Yeah,
directly, like the value goes up. So this could be something cool in that aspect, to where like, hey, you feel like this new up and coming boxer is going to be like, the next champion. You buy
yeah,
his token when he's like young, maybe just 5-0 or something, and then he ends up fighting for the belt and he's like 11-0, he wins, he's
yeah,
champion. That token can surge in market cap. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So that's also something pretty cool, because it's, obviously there's some gambling aspect to that, but it makes it fun to keep up with boxing then.
yeah,
You know what I mean? You're like, oh yeah, I have his token
yeah,
actually.
skim in
You
the
know what I
game.
mean?
Yeah,
Exactly. So I'd love to get these guys on the show, or at least like, on a call with us to break down what this is about. And we can do an episode of it for the audience.
or even that Tap Tuesday that maybe leads into a show would be amazing as well.
Yeah.
But sticking with track here, or Tap, someone finally bought that 25,529 track that has been tormenting the layer one price for weeks now. It costs $42,648. So, guys, if you don't know, if you have a brick like this, you can break this down into multiple transactions. The same, you just have to
Oh, he
inscribe,
knew.
transfer inscriptions. I know, but you can also send this giant stack to Mexi. Mexi is a no KYZ, Dex. You get, or Sex. You can just send it there and you can trade it there. Actually, the price over there is actually higher than it is on Uniset sometimes. So potentially he could have just easily swapped that out over there. There's no need for him to do this, but unless there was a reason for that, right? Unless there was a reason for him to potentially maybe want to buy above it. But he kept dropping the price on this as well, because he started it being like $1.79 and he ended up selling it $1.69, which he could have sold for $1.85 on Mexi. That's the thing that I don't understand. He could have easily sent it to Mexi and got 20 cents for each. We're talking what? 20 cents times 25,000. I mean, that's a lot of sense, right?
Yeah. Well, I think that's where we came up with the kind of theory that this was intentionally done to brick the price and make sure it doesn't go past a certain floor, right? But someone said, nah, I'm gonna spend 40 something thousand and just knock you out. And that's exactly what happened. And you saw it took half a day, but that drove the track price up. That was sitting at like the highest was like 189, 190 to like 215, 220 or something like that. Right now it's sitting because Bitcoin retraced. Track sitting at like 202, which is fine because like Bitcoin's retraced, right? So it makes sense, but that's what bricking does, so I imagine if Bitcoin picks things back up in the second half of tomorrow or over the weekend, Monday, then we'll see some positive price action again with track.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's funny. A conversation me and you had about, I don't know, I want to say about 6 to 8 months ago. We said, where is your sell point for track, right? And this was back when track was, I want to say 70 cents. And I think we both came to the same conclusion that like $30 was a fair price for track, especially if it becomes anything close to what we think it's going to be, which is a decentralized index or on Bitcoin that anyone can really use. And we're getting that now with the track validators, where other people are going to be validating this thing, and it's very good. It's going to get very decentralized to an extent, to the point of 30, 40, 300 potentially validators, maybe 3,000 validators, which is amazing, right? So it's going to take a while to get to that point. I think just because you get a license for it doesn't mean you're actually going to use it. So I'm expecting 6 months from now, we have 300, 400 actual validators validating this, which is still considered like centralized a little bit. But I think in the future it gets more decentralized, and we both, our price point was $30. I think we said was a fair price to potentially start DCAing out.
Yeah, I'm still sticking with that because of the validator strategy here. I think no matter what happens with the track ecosystem, as long as they, continually build and, push forward, they might not have the best solution tech wise. We don't know. I'm just saying if it's like an average solution or whatever, this bull market and the Bitcoin narrative, I mean, we're going to a Bitcoin conference next week. There's tons of stuff that's going to come out of that. I think like having a validator in like one of the ecosystems in the Bitcoin ecosystem, it could be humongous, right? And I think people will start to see that, and that's what I think will drive that price up as well. But we'll see. We can't tell the future exactly what the price point is going to be for track, but I'm sticking with that $30, at least close to that $30 price point.
Yeah, man. All right. Jump to the next thing. This is coming from our guy Nakib from Ordzar. He said, Ordzar, the Bitcoin ecosystem is Nakib says the Bitcoin ecosystem is lacking fun and degen stuff, and I'm going to fix that. It's coming. He's making a promise here. To me, it sounds like he's going to be bringing something exciting to Bitcoin.
Ordzar, the Bitcoin ecosystem is lacking fun and degen stuff. Man, who is the person to bring that to the space? It's Nakib. If you ever have a chance to meet that guy in person, do it, because he tells the best stories. And he only told us 2, but they were top 10 the past like year.
Earthquake on the toilet.
Oh, that one was hilarious, dude. I couldn't stop laughing. But yeah, so hey, Ordzar is degen, is fun. So I'm excited to see what he's going to bring. Do you have any guesses of what it could be?
The only thing that comes to my head is a pump that fund for Bitcoin, which of some kind, something in like that, something very degen, casino like. I don't know. It's hard to say. I know he's been cooking something for a while with Odin Swap, but I think that he's going to either tease something or just launch something. But we'll see.
Yeah. It could be connected to Odin Swap eventually. Because he could extend that footprint to. We know that Merlin came out with an announcement that they're doing something with Ordzar, so that could be an extension, and maybe they're doing something like you said, with Pump.com. We'll see.
All right, the next thing here is this is big, guys. Starkware successfully verified its first zero-knowledge ZK proof using the new Stark verifier on the Bitcoin Signet network following 3 months of exploring the Opcat. So Opcat is live on Signet. It's being tested. Starkware, you took that to their advantage and kind of basically put together a ZK rollup on Bitcoin with Opcat, and it worked, and it was successful. This is what we were talking about, how big Opcat would be for Bitcoin, and this is pretty crazy.
Yeah, I posted about this on my Twitter account yesterday, and it was exciting, right? That they were able to do this. And because the initial tweet was from Trevor. I'm gonna actually share my screen here. You can see Trevor reported on this yesterday. He said, huge news, Starkware successfully verified first ZK proof using new Starkware verified on Bitcoin Signet network following 3 months of exploring. Okay, you already read that part. But here is, you can see the verifier's code, by the way, on GitHub. But then underneath that, Bitcoin OS. So this was very, I went down a little rabbit hole here. It's Bitcoin OS came, and commented and said it was verified on Signet, which is testnet essentially.
Yeah.
And he says very different. We will be the first ones to do the first ZK proof inscription on Bitcoin next week during BTC Nashville. Stay tuned for this historic event. So I went to this project's website, which is called Bitcoin OS, the roll-up stack for Bitcoin, right? So essentially what they're trying to do is create this almost like another layer, or extension. It's a roll-up type of interoperable roll-up, right? That connects with Bitcoin. And one of the people that are behind this is I believe his name is Yogi, or he's a Bitcoiner for sure, developer as well. We saw a video on their Twitter, so you can go to Bitcoin OS's Twitter, and he explains basically what they're trying to do here. So you can see it right here. It says Bitcoin OS operating system, is what the OS stands for, is the Bitcoin superchain, interoperable rollup secured by Bitcoin with near trustless rails. I like how they put near. Near trustless rails for Bitcoin and other Bitcoin native assets. Bitcoin operating system is the scalable smart contract layer for Bitcoin, allowing developers to build interoperable rollups, dApps, and DAOs, bringing scalability, privacy, and DeFi to Bitcoin. Join the Bitcoin OS builders chat. So you can join their Telegram there. Their website is bitcoinos.build. And in that video, what he was explaining was that their whole goal is to make everything decentralized in terms of our data and applications, right? So any apps we want to use, centralized parties, third parties can't leverage our data against us with a small fine print agreement for us to give that up, right? Like we've been doing with Facebook and other social networks, right? So this could be big. He's stating that this is going to happen live at the conference next week. What does that mean? What does that tell you?
That tells me that Opcat's going to be pushed into Bitcoin next week.
Which is wild if that's true. Right? So, I think we got to verify, right? Because that's what we do. We don't trust here, we verify. And so next week, we're going to be trying to verify this. Because if they do this on Bitcoin's native layer, that means Opcat would have been added to core by then.
Yeah. The only other option would be to obviously fork Bitcoin, add the Opcat, and then do the Signet all, just right there.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, not Signet. You would just do.
Well, yeah, you would do. Yeah.
So you would just show, hey, look, it can.
Yeah.
This can work, right? So I think that would be a very dishonest post reply if that's the case, because to me, when he says on Bitcoin, that's on Bitcoin.
But what's the difference though if they just fork it real quickly? Load up the system. Well, I guess the validators, there wouldn't be anyone mining Bitcoin.
Oh, it definitely wouldn't be exactly the same. No.
Yeah, you're right.
You wouldn't be able to get the exact same scenario and situation, but cool. Like you proved that it can be done with a forked version, right? Yep. But that's not what I read. You know what I mean? And to me, that would just be a little bit of a psyop, I think.
Next Thursday, David Bailey goes to the stage, opening up, the Bitcoin thing, comes out and says it's official. The Bitcoin miners have voted, and they will be passing Opcat. Update starts now.
I mean, what better event to announce that at?
Yeah.
The one that you have Trump speaking at, the one that you have all these other speakers at, the one that you're going to have all the miners at, the one that you're going to have everybody. You know what I mean? Everybody is going to be there. So I think it's perfect timing to announce that, if that's the case. But we shall see if it's true. If it is, it's going to be huge, news bomb that we'll cover as well. And we'll drop it to you guys as soon as we hear it. But you guys will find out because Twitter is going to be going nuts.
Yeah, for sure. All right, here's something that's amazing for me. This is really cool. So Magic Eden, obviously, you know, they have the charts. They have this over here. But now, for the first time, you can now see the activity. So you got sell orders. You can see anytime somebody, you can refresh here, and I'm sure there's probably going to be 10 more sell orders that just popped up. Or yeah, so you can see when people cancel a sell order, when they, you know, do pretty much everything. You can kind of see everything now that's happening on the Magic Eden swap. This is pretty cool. I like this. What's your opinion on this?
I think it's a tool that's going to create FOMO.
Yeah.
When you start to see like a token take off, you're going to see a bunch of buy broadcast, buy broadcast, right? So then people are going to, but oh my God, I'm missing out, right? So is it good for I think it's good for the seasoned trader, not necessarily the new people coming here because they're going to FOMO a lot into there, but it's needed. I think that's needed for this tooling.
Yeah. So sell order place would be when
You list
and a buy broadcast is when you buy it.
When you actually buy it, like when it's being purchased.
Okay. Sounds good. Awesome.
So if you see a bunch of sell order placed, then you're like, ugh, people trying to get out.
Yeah, no, seriously, bad news. It would just be like, oh, what happened? You know. All right, jumping along here. Both NUSD and Bank of Nakamoto dollar is now live on Merlin chain. Yes, this is huge, and I would love to see a NUSD bank liquidity pool on. That'd be pretty cool on Merlin. That'd be awesome on VDEX. Yeah. So, but this is kind of what I was talking about with VDEX. This is why they have been really quiet and not really putting anything out because they were just waiting for layer one assets because they're layer one asset DEX at the end of the day. To be put on Bitcoin and or Bitcoin L2 Merlin. So it's huge, absolutely huge.
Yeah, I think it is big as well. You know, having the stable token over there, and we'll see if Hermetica also gets on as well.
Yeah,
so,
I'm sure they will. I mean, I mean, me and you can put it on, right? That's how amazing Merlin.
That's a cool part of Unicross.
Yeah,
guys, Unicross is going to be one of those like huge infrastructure plays in the future. Can't wait till they announce when they have their IDO or whatever.
We got to just start throwing money at Mr. J and be like, remember? Just kidding. Jumping on this last topic before we get into some Q&A before Fonzie comes on. Rune Mine will be launched on RunesPad, the first Runes Solana bridge. So these guys are the guys who did Elsa, the ticker is Elsa. And so now they will be having a TGE event through RunesPad, which is from Runes Terminal.
Yeah, I think that's pretty big. How's Elsa doing now? If we take a look here, yeah, they've dropped pretty significantly, I think, since the they had a good little push up from that news, and now they're at 1.7 million. So it helped them, get pushed up. I think it probably created some users, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting how the rest of this plays out for Elsa, but for Rune Mine, I think that would be interesting to see how this does with the runes found.
Yep. Francisco Jose says, Yagobi, your shirt is cool. Just ordered one. Shout out to you, my friend. Amazing. So,
yep. Got my Goosenals. I still have my Goosenals in my wallet too. I have my cursed and one regular one. But yeah, that's awesome, Francisco. They're available on the Ordinal Revolution store. You can go find them there. But did we get in the fluids announcement today? Or did we hit that yesterday about the staking?
I thought we hit it yesterday, but we can hit it on it again. I mean,
I think that's huge news. So Fluid had announced that Xverse is going to be integrating their staking mechanism into the wallet, right? And so if you are a founder of a collection, have a good sized community and you want to reward your community through staking these ordinals, and pay out in a rune, you have to pay out in a rune, but that ability is there, right? So, maybe the founder of Billy Cats, maybe the founder of Nat Cats, maybe some of these founders that have a rune that's, they can, give as a reward to their community for staking their ordinals, that could be a good option for you guys. So I think their integration with Xforce is pretty huge.
Yeah. Yeah, that's to say, for instance, Itatoshi, he has that worm project, right? If he wants to stake that, have people stake that worm and earn, the wormy token or whatever he decides to be that payout. But you got to remember too, so now you actually have to earn this token. So it's not like airdropped, right? So it's going to give different value to the tokens once you have to earn it as APY. Yes, it would probably be a dump token unless Itatoshi can figure out some way to do
Create
other things with
utility.
it, right? Create utility with it. But staking it is one aspect of of a waiting process for that utility. So it is dropped out. Let's just say he wants to do it for 2 months. So he has 2 months to come up with utility for that token while people are earning it, because you won't receive any of that token until the 2 months is up, and then you reclaim your worm, and then you'll get the wormy worm token. This is just, he's not doing this. It's just me thinking out loud.
Yeah, he's just using
speculating on a community member. But let's just say, all right, so let's just go with Trevor, right? Let's say he has the Pizza Ninjas. Let's just say he wanted you to lock up the Pizza Ninjas to earn the pizza token, the Pizza Ninja token, right, of some kind. So you lock up the Pizza Ninja, and let's just say 2 months goes by. That's when he decides to pay you out in the pizza token, and then create some type of utility with that as well. So it is a great start to TVL on Bitcoin. And if you do have a project, reach out to the guys at Fluid. And if you want them to, and they handle everything for you. So they're handling everything. They're using Bitcoin's locking technology, which it's the block lock. So you lock it to a certain block height, and that's when it unlocks. And then you can receive the token through the user or the team behind the locking mechanism.
Yeah, so you do, if you are the team though, you do have to provide the reward, obviously, to your holders. But this can make this relationship between a community token and the Ordinal collection way more mutually beneficial, right?
Yeah.
Because now, like you said, not just some airdrop that gets dropped to all these community members that are most likely going to dump on your head.
Yeah.
They earn it through staking the Ordinal, which in turn will drive up the Ordinal collection price floor, and will give them another benefit of the rune token that they'll get, over time, and that gives the rune token time to build up as well. So I think this is really big, and we'll see, that integration with Xforce is going to be huge. So
I agree.
We'll see where this goes.
Yeah, man. All right. It's kind of getting some Q&A here.
All right. We got Fonzie coming on in a little bit, guys, but we're going to go over some comments and questions here. A lot of times you read them in the roll call, but I think we got some more that came in. So I love Tomo, man. He always throws some curveballs, and he's like, "It's mom spaghetti time." It's like the Eminem lyrics, "Mom spaghetti."
I used to love Eminem, man. I can't stand him anymore. He just seems to be. Ugh.
All right. Tomo also says True Moy going back to USD with BTC could be the last chance to save. Trump. I think he's saying Trump here. Last chance to save USD from its demise. What do you think about the reserve, strategy to kind of help the US dollar?
I love it, obviously. So with the US, it's going to have to buy large amounts of Bitcoin, right? Probably OTC from areas, probably Coinbase and stuff like that. So to be able to back that by the Bitcoin, it's going to be a monkey see, monkey do thing as well. Once US does it, you're going to see 16 countries probably do it the next day. And what that's going to do is it's going to not allow countries to just print money anymore. They're going to have to buy Bitcoin with actual dollars from taxpayers to get the Bitcoin to back the next batch of dollars that they create. So you just can't just openly say, boom, we're going to create all these bonds and get all this money. Now that you're going to have to somehow back each dollar that you create in existence with some type of Bitcoin, whether that's a basket with gold and the euro and many other things as well, right? It's not just going to be Bitcoin. It's going to be a basket of things. So that's going to be big. We're actually going to have hard money again here in the US. And this is huge. And think about it too. If that Bitcoin goes up in value, that would, take the dollar in value too, up against a lot of the other currencies.
That's true. Yeah, I didn't think about that part. Obviously, that's a big part of it, but yeah, it's gonna be exciting. LSR says, "What about Traverse for bitmaps? Is there something in the pipeline?" I think you can put your bitmaps in the cold storage security vaults already.
Yep.
So I'm not sure what else you meant by that. Maybe you meant some sort of partnership or something like that, but you can already put those in there. Unless you're talking about displaying, because they might not display. So
not really sure.
What else we got here?
I see this one right here real quick. Basically, so the guy who tried to sell the thing, I was wrong apparently to Max Long. He says that OMXC, if you try to sell 2,000, you would drop the price 20 cents because there's not a lot of liquidity. I didn't know that. Every time that I've seen it, looks like there's tons of liquidity. So, but you're probably more accurate than I am. But I thought that it would be easy to withstand that because Track probably gave Mexi a ton of track, right, to begin with. So,
yeah, that's interesting. All right, Francisco Jose says, "Do you know if it's possible to get sniped during the decentralized mint?" And you probably already have the answer to this because the mint, I think, is coming up soon. But I would imagine that they would have some sort of mechanism for you to, because I think you have to be whitelisted for these or selected for these. I haven't heard anybody that's been like whitelisted in a mint be sniped. Have you?
I don't know, honestly.
Yeah, so I think we would have heard more about that. So no, I don't think you can be, but I'll look further in. Yeah, mints are not snipeable. So Reziak comes in with that. Mike's World says, "What are your thoughts on Stargate Room? The website looks cool. It's a game on runes."
Yo, Mike's World, you should just join our show, bro. You are up to date way more than we are sometimes, bro. You were on top of the Agora call. You're on top of this. I'll definitely take a look into that. But Mike's World, man, you got to start your own alpha channel, bro. You are just on top of shit. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It says Stargate. Let me share this.
You got us all searching stuff during Q&A.
Stargate, a BTC Eco game. Interesting. This definitely looks interesting for sure. Hey man, if it's a game, a legit game, and they're close to being done with it, that's the problem, right?
Yeah.
Because if you guys remember, like one of the biggest games, like Illuvium from last cycle, I mean, they're still working on that, right? But here's the thing, though. Here's the trick. I think Illuvium crushed it when it came out the gates. Like it went past $1,000 per coin, and there's 10 million total tokens. But I guess the circulating supply allowed it to go to 1,000. So this could be one of those situations where this rune, shoots up hard. So I'm definitely going to look further into this. This is pretty crazy.
Dude, the last thing Mike's World told us to buy was a 10x. So I'm not fading Mike's World.
Yep.
It's Mike's World. We're just living in it.
Yep. And then
Crypto Slow is in the building. Shout out Crypto Slow. He said, "Dumb question. Is the Billy on Solana the same as Billy Rune?"
No, it's different.
No.
Yeah, it's completely different. I think the Billy on Solana is a dog. Billy Rune is the Billy Cats, the Billy Cat eyes. That thing is the branding behind it, because they use the Bitcoin B logo as the eyes. Yeah. And they're like, there's initiatives for this for Nashville next week. I think there's already 300 glasses that have been printed. You have to purchase them too. And so people are going to be wearing those glasses during the conference next week.
Yeah, and shout out Crypto Slow, man. I'll be hanging with him next week, man.
Yep, it's gonna be exciting to meet you, bruh. So that'll be exciting. All right, Neomeister says, "Been using Surf One for longs and shorts recently, but fees seem high. Any other good platforms to use?" So there is one. We'll be talking about it soon. We just need more information on it. It's not on Merlin though, but it is going to be on another Bitcoin L2. But getting in early, I don't know what the fees are going to be like, but I know that they they're going to be competitive. Is what their goal is. So, Neomeister, please make sure that you're claiming the Merlin gas off of all of your trades, so you can at least mitigate some of that fee. Because I agree with you, the fees are high. The fees are high. Obviously, that more leverage you take, the higher the fees are. But I remember like the highest I've ever seen it. I think it was like 150 in, 150 out. Now that was on 50x. I think I was on tilt, going a little crazy. Like I just lost the trade, and I was like, "No, I'm going in. So don't be like that. Don't be like me in that situation." But on average, 5x, you're looking at like 50 in, 50 out, depending on how much money you're using. So make sure you're reclaiming that gas fees. That helps a lot. Hey, our boy J24. I hope that you're doing well in the poker tournament. I don't know if it's over. It's
over now. He's back.
I hope you did. I hope you cashed out something. If not, next time. But definitely, let's connect in Nashville, brother. It was fun seeing you and meeting you in New York.
We got our guy Fonzie in the green room, about to bring him up. Anything left here?
No, I think that's it. I think we can bring him up.
Yeah. Well, Kai Fix is Crypto Slow. He's the go-to guy. Yes, if you don't know, Crypto Slow has a YouTube channel. They have way more subs than we do. Shout out to Crypto Slow, man. He's been grinding for, I want to say, since 2017. But he's been a great source of knowledge for sure. And let's get it. Let's bring in Ordinal Hive.
Let's do it.
Bring up the Fonzie, man, welcome back to Ordinal Revolution.
GM. I was listening and stuff, and I think it's a really good move to have like Bitcoin as reserve, because it's right, like sound money, right? It's like hard money, which is good, especially with all the excess printing and so forth. So like that's really good. It's good for anyone. Bitcoin is good for anyone who holds like even Ordinals too, right? Like that's really kind of comes what it comes down to. But yeah, in general, like I think that's a really good sign. And if he announces that in Nashville, then that'd be quite the announcement, I'll be honest.
Yeah. Well, imagine that he announces that, right? And OpCat gets announced that it's been added to core.
Oh, man.
I think there's gonna be beer will be flowing in the streets.
Yeah.
There will be
exactly. There will be lots of dancing, lots of singing, lots of like high praises. Everyone will be very happy. I think that's I think when we look back, if that's the case, we can probably signal that as the event that sort of like sparked this next bull run. So, like that's like the start. Well, it's probably like not the starting point, but like kind of the initiator of this. But yeah, I'll be quite excited to see. I'll be in Nashville next week, so excited to like link up with you guys too, and even catch a glimpse of Trump. So that'll be quite fun.
Yeah, man. Are you going into the conference?
So every conference I go to, I just attend side events. So we'll see.
I mean, that's what we did for NYC.
Yeah. I just like the first conference I went to, like I tried going into the event and stuff, but it wasn't as fun as the side events. Like I think side events are much better. Like I think everyone does the same thing too. So you just overbook yourself on side events and just like pick and choose.
The best part is going to be just like walking around down there and just seeing people and like,
exactly.
Oh, wow, dude, like that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like putting face to people's PFPs, like, oh, which one are you? Like, which is your account and so forth. Yeah, I remember I met Donnie in IRL, like in Austin. That was pretty cool. Donnie was pretty cool. So, granted, I knew how you looked like before, but it's always good to see someone in person. But yeah, awesome.
Yeah, for sure. And the only reason we're going to the conference is because we got media passes.
That's right.
Yeah. So, but we'll be going to the conference, but we're definitely going to, the side events, and we'll be, linking up with you and some other partners as well. So it's going to be awesome.
Yeah. You know what that means? It's going to be, so Crypto Slow, I just saw National Energy will be off the charts. It definitely will. But Shizzy and Yagobi, like I'm going to dare you guys to try to interview Trump. Just make it happen. Make it happen.
It's $60,000 for a picture.
Oh man,
he's charging on Bitcoin for a photograph.
Yeah.
I think if you put CNN or somewhere, he's gonna love you. He loves talking to CNN.
I'll wear a CNN shirt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
excuse me
and I
for
definitely don't want to just run up on them, especially with everything
Yeah.
that's happened. So
True.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm only trying to get that's so Saturday's gonna be scary with that. Like I'm sure Thursday
Yeah.
and Friday will be very relaxed, but
Yeah.
Saturday's gonna be like maybe not go into the event. It's gonna be
Exactly.
very intense and you don't want to make the wrong move and get shot in your head. So yeah.
Yeah.
dude,
Exactly.
I'd
Exactly.
even take I'd take a Vivek interview. I'd take a Donnie Jr. interview. Any of those would be
Yeah.
awesome.
It's like a Fonzie interview, bro. No.
Yeah, I'd take a Fonzie interview.
Yo, I'm
I
down.
heard
I'm down
Fonzie's
for
gonna
that.
be there.
Yeah, I think so. Who's this guy? I gotta meet Fonzie. I heard his name. You gotta see who this guy is. Oh, don't worry. I'll make it happen.
Awesome.
I'll keep in touch. I'll contact Fonzie and see
Yeah,
if he
man.
can do it. So I got you guys.
All right, so let's kind of get into what's been going on with you guys lately.
Yeah.
Obviously you've had your beta rollout, and Shizzy was like at first was like, okay, is it the same URL? He was on there. He was like, oh, okay, it's cool, it's good. And then he was
Yeah.
like, oh wait, I'm on the wrong URL.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
looked at the right one. He was like, bam, it's so fast. Everything looks
Yeah.
like way better. So could you kind of explain to us what this has been
Yeah.
like for you guys and what user
course.
feedback you've gotten?
100%. So yeah, I think Shizzy was in their testing year about. So testing
Yeah.
was nerfed by default. Just want to make sure like we increased, but that's funny. But yeah, no, it's been really good. It's been really solid. Like I think the biggest thing for us is like so when we launched, we wanted to do the same thing we did with testing, right? So slowly just onboard more and more users. And then once we're like sure enough, we stress tested was so sure enough people are liking it. You know, we kind of have the features they're looking for and so forth. We can onboard more and more individuals, right? And again, the goal for this beta is to get that kind of insight on mainnet that we cannot get on testnet, right? And it's always going to be different in different criteria, different like game theory, different factors, and so forth. So just find like the nitty gritty stuff, optimizing around that, and just like using that insight for our mainnet launch when we have like when it's open to everyone in the public and so forth. So that's been really good. So it's just like grinding it out, as you say, like each day meeting with traders, getting their feedback, seeing where the nitty gritty stuff is, how we can sort of optimize for that. There was a situation with bridging as well. So like bridging was one core aspect that made traders like they don't. I mean, in any ecosystem, it's people don't want to bridge their assets over, right? So we kind of understood that as well, and like even provide a more up to date incentivized formula for bridging. So like you're incentivized to bridge higher value assets, right, based on the points metric that we have developed now. So like the higher the asset is worth, the more points you'll get for that. And of course, listing, of course, you have listing points, and just kind of like optimizing those nitty gritty stuff there. And then at the end, like the core is the infrastructure, right? Is the platform itself, right? Does this platform like operate the way like a high frequency trader like wants it to operate, right? Can you conduct trades a lot faster, a lot better, a lot smoother? And so that there is at the core is like yes, right now we have that ability. It's just going from there, right? Building from that specific use case there. So yeah, overall it's been definitely a lot of grinding, definitely a lot like calls and every single day kind of making sure traders are getting what they want, and just like optimizing this around them.
Awesome. Yeah, I was really excited that you guys rolled this out, and now you're getting live, feedback on what the experience is like. Okay, so as of right now, what can you do on the version that you have live right now? Like,
Yeah.
what are you capable of doing as a user?
Absolutely. So faster sweeping is faster trading, right? Off the bat, faster sweeping is faster trading. So if you go to like a specific asset, you can of course like sweep that specific collection asset a lot faster, a lot better. Another cool thing is there's better like analytics, right? So if you go to activities, we want to provide like more analytics. It's activities
Right there.
yeah, so like we want to provide a better like kind of user centric user like experience, so you can track different collections, all the cool stuff. And I think that there's one of the most important things that we want to continue flushing out and developing, and traders themselves like also like kind of ask like better chart, better like tooling, better graphics, right, in terms of each collection. So like we're building a specific like we're putting more to that, we're adding more to that, especially like an aggregator, right, that aggregates all these prices across different marketplaces, so you're always up to date in the latest kind of like price, all that stuff, right? And then when it comes to portfolio too, like if you go to portfolio section, we want to make sure like people, traders like can manage that portfolio a lot better, right? So a lot of the insight there too is like how can traders themselves like navigate through the entire holdings, how can it be displayed there, how can you showcase that, And a lot part of that too is like bulk listing, right? Bulk listing is one of the biggest things that most people like also like said. People have like hundreds of assets, right? Especially within one collection itself. So for them it's like it's very difficult to like basically press and click one specific asset at a time to list it, right? So there's different things where you can serve like if you have like hundreds of bitmaps, you can list that, bulk list that as well. We're going to add a specific function updating very, very soon where you can ladder it. So like you can add 100 bitmaps and like the price fluctuates or changes however much percentage you want it to change. So like, the next bitmap could be sold for like 0.2% higher than the last one and so forth. So that's another one too. And then from there, like, we'll probably like add a couple more things before like, we go on mainnet. And then that's when like the real fun starts. We're developing the collection of offers as we speak, so we'll definitely have collection of offers, which feeds into the AMM that we've been rolling out and kind of like building as well in the background. So all that like coupled together will provide like an optimal experience for the trader themselves.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And you guys,
what did you just do, Shizzy?
I listed my 2 items here, so I had a bitmap and a rat's friend.
Yeah.
And I listed the rat's friend for $63.30. You see how fast that was, and if you were paying attention to my points here, I gained some points for doing so.
Exactly.
So I have 120 points right now. I've been just grinding through. Just every day, you just come on your list. You can earn points, and those points will eventually be something amazing, in my opinion. So I'm excited for that as well. So.
Yeah. And one thing on that too, like I know people like have, if you're a Merlin chain user and you already have assets on Merlin chain, like Ordinals you bridged like back in February, January time, you can just list those, right? Those are listable, and you can just get points off that too as well. So that's something that we kind of like also want to like promote. And another thing too with the points structure itself, and this is something we kind of been trying to like kind of just mess with to make sure it's the best way we can incentivize users. So listing your asset on a price range that makes it very much sellable, like someone can buy it off the bat, is like it's probably garnering the most points, right? So if it sells, if the item is sells and stuff, like you'll get the max points there. Of course, listing is like off the bat just like one way you can earn points. So there's different metrics, right? So like if you're someone who's on Merlin chain who have assets already, yeah, feel free to like use the website itself. It is gated, so like if you guys just come Discord, just ping me and stuff, and then we can get your access. We're onboarding users like slowly every single week, but yeah, like that's something you can start doing off the bat.
Yeah, for sure.
Gotcha. So this version right here, where Shizzy's using right now, this is actually for live Bitcoin, right? This is not testnet Bitcoin. This is live Bitcoin. So when he sells something, he's getting live Bitcoin in his Particle Network wallet. Mm-hmm. And so, okay, so everything's happening live here. It's just kind of like you said, a gated kind of, in a way, like a live testnet type of deal.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah. So let's say that someone's wanting to participate in this because they want to, get comfortable with it. What steps should they take?
Absolutely, 100%. So right now, the people who have access are those who've used our testnet before. So those who sign up to a whitelist very early, and then those who have high pass. The high pass multiplies every points we offer. There's a multiplier for that. So the high pass definitely has a use case for it, and there'll be more down the road. And then when it comes to like those using the whitelist, like if you guys like you feel free to like dish out some whitelets yourselves. I know there's different partners we're also partnering with as well, so handing in whitelists, just keep a lookout for that too. There's different quests you can also do. If you jump into our Discord, there's different quests you can do that would like give you access to the whitelist too. So there's ways, right? There's methods. Again, like the reason why we like people are asking like, why are you guys gating this? It's simply just we want to stress test it, right? We want to make sure we stress test it before like onboarding like the next 1,000, right? And so forth, in which we're slowly doing, right? So like we're slowly just getting more and more people, users to like use the platform, but it's a lot of just testing, like making sure everything's good to go. It works very, very well as now, like pretty responsive, pretty fast. But yeah, there's different ways. Ping us on Discord. Different partnerships we're doing across with different communities in the ecosystem itself. So that's another way you can also like get yourself a spot here.
Yeah, and if somebody's interested, one of our members or anybody really watching, just DM me your address, and I'll give it to Fonzie as well. We can do it that way as well. So if anyone's interested in coming over and playing with this, I highly recommend you start early. That way you can kind of farm some of these points. So if you are a watcher of Ordinal Revolution, we'll definitely get you at least most of you guys on the whitelist.
Yeah, but make sure that you are stress testing it, because feedback is very important for the people right now in this phase, right? So, give feedback if you are going to be, wanting to do this and, stuff like that. So Really quick though, you mentioned something that caught my ear, and it was the AMM that is
Yeah.
going to come in the future.
Yeah.
That part is awesome because I think sometimes people don't want to wait for the floor or someone to come in and want to buy their price at the floor. So, could you explain how that works? You said people kind of putting their offers in. Will that be the only way to do it? Because that's kind of how Magic Eden does it right now. Or will they be like some way to create like liquidity pools with your ordinals as well? Or can you explain that?
Yeah. So there's different methods to this, right? Of course, like it's like the collection of offers is a precursor to this, right? So like that's one way you can serve running and so forth. The other one is it's the second option you also mentioned, right? So like you can create liquidity pools within your NFTs within specific collections, and then like the goal like for us is make it as seamless as possible, right? Like we understand like NFTs is much different than fungible tokens. They're like one to one, it's not the same, right? So it's like you want to make sure like we want to make sure like it's like seamless fast trading itself. So like for us, if there's a NFT that you hold, you can like basically get that instantly, right? Get that sort of liquidity instantly. You don't have to wait like days, hours, or like even weeks, right, for you to sell like that specific NFT. So that's where it comes down to, right? It's like how can we make these assets a lot faster, and sort of like understanding that there's like some token trimming we can have at the same time. Like not one is the same, right? Not two are the same. So that's one of the metrics. That's like one of the implementations for it. But yeah, of course, like before we do that, the precursor will be the collection of offers. And then from there, of course, we'll roll out like the next phase. And again, like for when we do the AMA, we're going to have a select group of traders who can access that. And then just like kind of like teeter around with it, kind of mess with it until we get like the best kind of just build moving forward.
Experience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's awesome. I love that. Starting with the offers, it makes sense. And then eventually possibly creating liquidity pools with, these NFTs locked in with Bitcoin together and, earning something that would be cool too. So that's really awesome. You do have a couple of questions here from our audience. So I wanted to bring these up here.
Love questions.
Yashir, so he's been a tester for you guys. He says, so the testnet points, will they be migrated to mainnet, and will they have those there too? So
yeah,
how will that look?
So if we can pull up the website one more time. Yeah, so if you go to claim page, yeah, so the first step to do is to achieve this, and we also have tutorial videos on our Discord, so feel free to hop on there as well to like take a look at those. But the first thing you want to do is connect your mainnet. So the issue we had here, we actually had to like achieve, we had to like kind of innovate in this aspect because we like the way it works is you have testnet and then you have your mainnet wallet address, right? But because we're using Merlin chain, you're giving in the EVM one. So we have to do some mapping that takes place, right? We have to map those testnet points to like the EVM compatible address. So the way we achieve that is you first want to connect like your mainnet wallet address to Merlin chain, right? So it can be any of the three options we offer. We offer Xverse, Unisat. The other one, Shizzy. Wait, go back.
That's not. Yeah, I can go back. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So yeah. If you want to disconnect,
You have to disconnect.
Where's that?
Go to the top right. Go to the top right.
Oh, okay.
Disconnect that and then
perfect. So
reconnect.
perfect. The first step.
Refresh to that page.
Refresh it.
Connect. Yeah.
Yeah. So you want to refresh, and then the first step is you want to connect your wallet. So where it says connect wallet up on top.
Yeah, I got to change it back because it changed to testnet, so I got to change it back to mainnet.
Perfect. I mean, the top right, Shizzy. So top right, let that. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, so connect your wallet, and then you can choose any wallet, right? So Xverse, Unisat, OKX, any wallet you want to connect. Feel free to connect. So yeah, it can be any wallet, and then
so it won't sign it, right?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, and then next step is you want to connect your wallet. Where it says connect wallet to claim. So you want to connect the wallet you've been using on testnet. So if you use Xverse for testnet, if you use Unisat for testnet, or you use Sky for testnet, you want to connect like whichever wallet you used. Make sure it's in the same browser, right? And then for Xverse, if you click on Xverse, so don't click anything. So if you read that, it says like so Xverse has it where we can't switch from testnet. From mainnet to testnet, so you have to do that manually. So before you do that, where you want to go to your Xverse wallet on top of the browser. Don't click OK though. Don't.
Yeah. Oh, don't. Gotcha.
Yeah. So yeah. So you're gonna have to do the process over again. So you want to start again, Shizzy, with connect your
No,
Okay.
no, just disconnect everything and
I
then
gotta do everything
Yeah,
again. All right,
experts-
it's all good.
Yeah, Xverse is a little tricky. It'll get you back. So you want to connect your So you want to connect your mainnet wallet address. Go back, Shizzy. Go back to the
Well, I gotta put this on mainnet again. Okay.
Yeah.
Collect this one.
yeah. So now connect your wallet and then click whichever one.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then connect wallet to claim. Go to Xverse, and then don't click it. Wait,
Okay.
don't click it. Yeah, and then go on top to Xverse.
Oh,
to your
my
pinned,
experts.
to your
Yeah.
pinned one.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, perfect. And then from there, login stuff, and
Sign
then
in.
Oh, let me just bring this down real quick.
yeah, no worries. And then switch on your Xverse, switch it from mainnet to testnet. Yeah, so Xverse is the only one that's going to like you have to do this like this process, which sucks. I know it sucks like 100%. I hate it. But where it says account, just switch it from mainnet to
What is the account?
Right
so
there, it says mainnet.
mainnet, to testnet.
Okay. Testnet.
Yeah, and then save it, and then go back to Ordinal Hive and click OK.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then you're good to go. You can claim if you use that wallet address for
Gotcha.
testing, you can claim it, right? So Xverse is the only wallet that is going to give you that, and the reason why is because they don't have the function or the API where you can switch it from test and mainnet. You have to do that manually, right? Every other wallet, that's a process, right? You want to connect your your wallet address to the website, and then connect your wallet you've been using for testing, and then the point should be claimable afterwards.
Gotcha. Sounds good.
Yeah, and again, like we had to like think of a method because like people are using different wallets. Like the best way to do this, guys, is just using one wallet. Everything like works better if like you use one wallet instead of like multiple ones. So I definitely like advise or recommend you guys use just one.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a Shizzy and I will do a simple, quick tutorial on how to claim that.
I mean, now I know how to do it. So
Yeah,
True.
always jumping the gun, man.
I like to go fast, man. I like to go
Like
fast.
the winner is oh, sorry. On the wheel.
Sorry, guy.
Yeah. And by the way, we have tutorials on Discord, so if you guys are on Discord, just feel free to look at the tutorials for this.
Yeah. We can do them on our channel as well, so that way
Perfect.
they're there, so we can just do our own as well.
Okay.
So.
And all right, so Neo Meister says, Fonzie, can we track multiple BTC wallets at the same time with the portfolio tracker?
That's a really good. So right now it's one, but we can have it. We can track multiple ones. That's not a difficult build. So let me write this down. Actually, it's a really good one. But yeah, we can have that. And this, by the way, Neo Meister, are you on our Discord? Let me know if you're on Discord. Multiple.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. So just ping me. Ping me on Discord. And
you know what? I'm gonna do a screenshot right quick on this, and I'm gonna put it in the Telegram chat so you have it.
Oh, perfect.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. And then, that should work out there.
Another question here from D Love, one of our community members. She says, I have a Hive Pass, but I can't connect my wallet to the Ordinal Hive site. It's saying my wallet is not whitelisted. Any idea what to do?
They're not automatically whitelisted.
Yeah, so because we don't, so the way the tracking itself, actually this week we should flush out the tracking. So once you connect your wallet, it should be good to go. In the meantime, what you want to do is go to our Discord, and then just make sure you ping me, right? Ping me and stuff, and then just give us your wallet, whichever one you're going to use, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, deal. So please send me that. If you can do that like right now, just ping Fonzie, and then I'll get it all sorted out.
Yep. And he gets it added quickly because I had him add another Hive Pass holder as well.
Oh, perfect.
So,
okay.
Perfect. And then, Yasser just followed up with saying thanks for the details, Fonzie. He uses Unisat for testnet and the same as
Yeah.
Yeah, so that works out.
That's the way to
go. You don't
go,
have to do the Xverse thing then.
Yeah, you don't have to do the Xverse. That's good. that one's quite tricky. So
I just want to show people something as well. It's something that could help you. Let's just say you have a collection and you want, and it's not on Merlin, right? It's not there. Our guys at Unicross, they have this down here, and it's hidden. They hide it from everybody. It's all the way down here at the bottom. If you go to Bridge and at the bottom here, you can kind of pick the collection. Let's just say, sorry, not BRC20, Ordinal collection. You can pick a collection. Anything that you're holding, guys, you can eventually trade that on Ordinal Hive. And so you can be able to go list it over there. Let's just say if you want to do some arbitrage trading, right? So if, eventually down the line, there's gonna be a lot of liquidity and a lot of things added to Ordinal Hive, and then there's gonna be some stuff on thing. Let's just say you want to capture some of that liquidity in the arbitrage trading. You can come over here before to get started with it. You can kind of pick. Let's just say you have a Wizard of Ord. You put in your email. You will have to pay 0003 and then submit. And we talked to Mr. J. He said in about probably around 24 to 48 hours, sometimes 3 days, they will have this collection whitelisted. So you will be able to use the bridge and bridge over the collection. But check this out, guys. Let's try and get every collection whitelisted. So if you guys could just go over, pay the 0003, which I think is like $30 or whatever, $15 or whatever it is, and we can get as many collections over to Merlin as possible. Let's get them all over. So there's going to be very good incentives later to do so, and I'm sure that we need as many as possible. Correct?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
100%.
yeah, because I think at the end of the day, like Ordinal Hive is going to be a huge hub for this. But didn't you request Billy Cats the other day? Did that go through?
Yeah. I got to check. I haven't
Billy
checked yet,
Cats.
but-
And actually, and that's the thing too, is like arbitrage trading is one of the biggest things we're looking at too as well. Some of the prices actually, like if you look at the floor price is actually a lot cheaper on Ordinal Hive than it is on L1. So people
Yeah.
like have been like like we've seen that take precedent over the week itself. Like some of the bitmaps were selling below the floor price that it was on L1. So yeah, it's definitely there's opportunity for arbitrage trading. And then I also want to point out too is you're also going to have to bridge over your Bitcoin to Merlin chain, right? If you already have Bitcoin on Merlin chain, that's perfect. But if you don't, you want to make sure to bridge over your Bitcoin because that's the only way you'll be able to sort of buy anything on Merlin chain itself, right? You have to bridge both your assets and your Bitcoin. If you already have bridged assets and bridged Bitcoin, then that's perfect. And again, anyone who's on Merlin chain already who has assets, you guys can just list your assets there and whatnot. And by the way, if you guys need wallet someone more beta wallet address to be listed, let me know. I can whitelist them all.
Sounds good. And just so you guys know too, let's just say you're on a centralized exchange. If that exchange has the Merlin token, you can withdraw that to the Merlin chain and then sell that for Bitcoin gas. So that is another way to get liquidity onto Merlin chain. I think most chains have it. OKX, Mexi, really anyone besides besides Binance and Coinbase. So if you use any of those exchanges besides them, so you can get Merlin liquidity right to there, and then you can just swap that for Bitcoin, and then you guys are ready to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then that's when the real fun starts.
Yeah, man. So when do you think? And obviously it's going to be with the testing and stuff. But when do you think your hard launch is going to be?
Yeah, so right now what we're doing is we expect a hard launch to be very, very soon as well. We have a couple of items that we'll be discussing, maybe some on-chain analysis that we did. So as to report any traders, any people who trade in the ecosystem in the past, we have something in store for you as well. So all that's pretty much done and taken care of. All we want to do is make sure we have beta, we have the traction on beta itself. We get more people to list, incentivize for those things, and then once we're ready, once we have these assets, once we have people using the platform itself, then our hard launch will come about. So right now it's still grinding, so onboarding more people each and every day, and just going from there, right? Because it's a process. People have to get familiar with the flow of stuff, and that's going to take some time. And then once we know that we reach that threshold, we reach that specific kind of number we're looking for, we can go ahead and just launch this. For mainnet, right, and stuff. And yeah, you guys don't want to miss out. There's so many things we have in store that we're building in the background. It's just one thing at a time, and making sure we kind of build this the right way, build it for the specific asset class. And in the words of Donald Trump, or actually in the words of Michael Saylor, there's no second best, right? There's no second best. It's gonna be huge. Right?
Yeah, man, it's gonna be big, man. I love the UI. I love the way it feels. That was my first my first interaction with this was oh wow, I enjoy this. As it kind of brings me back to my DeFi days. It doesn't feel like OpenSea. It doesn't feel like Magic Eden. It feels like a DEX, and I love that part of it.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. It's I think again, NFTs have its own specific niche and use case, and even kind of study, and there's a flow that goes with it, right? Images, all this stuff. But for us, it's more of how can we help traders, high frequency traders, make more Bitcoin, right? Stack sats, and I think it's with that understanding there that we want to like build this. So yeah, I agree with you. Like, it has that kind of like flow and stuff, and that's quite exciting again for like the user and just for everyone involved.
Yeah, man.
Awesome, guys. And that's the benefit of watching Ordinal Revolution, guys. You guys get to get in early and test out these platforms before things get so crazy that you're not going to have that chance, and you have to learn on the fly. So
Yeah.
take advantage. Make sure that you're taking notes. I never took notes in high school for sure. Although I do take notes during our meetings, our partnership meetings, don't I?
Yeah, that's bullish. That's bullish.
Yeah. But I guess I became a better student in the second half of my life.
It's funny too. Like we go into these meetings with people and we're talking for a while, and then it's over. And then Yagobi's like, "Oh, I have all these notes." I'm like, "When the hell did you take notes?" Like,
I love this. You see, I think there's things to say about the education system, but like when you're passionate about something, like it just naturally flows, right?
Yeah.
And so like that's part of the process. But yeah, I definitely agree with you too. Like there's some stuff where like, oh man, this is not fun. This is boring. But then there's Ordinals and Bitcoin. I'm like, oh, this is amazing. I love this.
When you do something you love, you don't actually work, right? Is that what the phrase is?
Exactly, something like that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You don't work for a living, so that's the best part about this stuff. Is like everyone, you can just tell the people that actually really enjoy this stuff. No one here right now is doing this for a paycheck, right? They're all just trying to build something special and trying to build on Bitcoin, and that's the best part of being here this early. I know in the future we're gonna get a lot of people coming over just for a paycheck, just for liquidity, right? So
100%.
It's really nice to kind of weed that out now, and we're kind of learning, the excitement with people when they're actually talking about their project and not talking about their upcoming sale, right? Like you're not selling us anything. You're giving us a tool, education, exactly, like tooling, education, and stuff like that. So that's the best part about, I guess, this area, because everyone's a lot of people complaining that Bitcoin price not go up. Their prices of really cats aren't skyrocketed yet, right? But in reality, you should be taking this time to really educate yourself and really learn what these builders are building, because in the future, when people are just learning this, let's just say in October, November, they're just learning about Ordinal Hive. I've been using it for 4 months now. I'm ready to go. You know what I mean? Like, so.
Exactly. And we saw some of that actually, because like you said, we've had little runs up in our space because it's new, it's innovative, it's different than like EVM stuff. And so we can tell. That's the thing about our space, is like we can tell when there's a tourist that comes in, because all of a sudden this guy has like maybe like kind of a good amount of followers. All of a sudden, like I'm like, bro, who's we?
Yeah.
like said, that was a UFC reference there, but it was like, who's we? Because we know everybody that is in this space, and that's why roll call is important. So if you're watching, make sure that you're talking in roll call, because if you've been quiet this whole time, and all of a sudden when things get bullish, you're like, I've been here this whole time. We're like,
who are you? Wait, who are you again? No, and actually to that note too, I think I was seeing charts, like interesting charts the other day and stuff, and just analyzing that, like we're also really early to Ordinals. Like you don't like you think oh, it's been here for like over a year. Like no, like this is actually pretty much not only new, but it's been like the most the highest performing, best performing asset class in any ecosystem, right? So far. So it's like so from that standpoint, like there was this chart, and we're actually gonna make a thread about this on the account later today. But like in terms of like Ordinals, like there was this chart, and like Ordinals have maintained its value and have gone up as well, relative to like other ecosystems, right? And I think when this bull run happens, I truly believe like any asset within the Bitcoin space will not only outperform but will be the standard, right, across reports. So all these platforms that are building like from Liquidium, even Magic Eden, right? Like all these platforms that like orders bought, like all these platforms building early and stuff, like they understand that, right? And they're gonna lead the way. They're gonna lead the way like afterwards, right? Even us, like Ordinal Hive, what we're doing too is like, for us, it's like we understand like every ecosystem has this like niches and like great things that people love, but Bitcoin is just infinitely different, right? The way it's done, the use case, like just the entire stuff, community, right? So yeah, I think if you're watching this, you're early, like you're literally early. You're gonna come back watching this like 1 year from now and be like, wow, I can't believe it was like July, July 18th, a couple of days before Trump, announced that, Bitcoin used as a reserve currency, or like, kind of like pegged. If they peg it to like, if they pick the dollars, Bitcoin would be bullish too. So
Was they tokenize it and they're like pegging it to like Bitcoin? I was like, damn,
that's crazy.
Wanted. No, but I think you make a great point, because if you look at the longevity, if you've been here since the beginning, or I would say if you've been here at least for 6 to 9 months, you can tell that this is the long game, right? And then people that like make 6 figures or whatever on the Solana meme coin, they're just kind of like, man, it's boring over there. But it's because they want that instant gratification.
Exactly.
And we're in an innovative period over here to where, like, I mean, Shizzy and I and yourself, we've been in this every day since over a year, right? So we know we've all three let's be real, we've all three benefited from a monetary value perspective from our space, but it's not the same as that, because that will happen like a shot in the dark, and then like you miss the next 10 ones. Over here, this is like something great takes time to build out, and then it's going to do everything for the cycle. But and then people that are like, no, it's all about these meme fast only on Solana, they're going to end up losing because they're all behind all of us, 306 people, including 3 more us, 309 people that are watching right now, right? So that's my perspective on it, and I'm excited about that.
Yeah, well said. And I think that too is you appreciate it more because it took time. Like time plays a huge factor, right? Like when when accumulation and all this stuff and whatnot, and even in charts too, right? Like if something like runs up real fast, it probably run down real quick. If something like slowish gets like those support lines and whatnot, like eventually like reaches a specific point. So yeah, I think all plays out and stuff, and well said. Like I think when it comes down to it, like there's no second best.
100%. 100%. Well, it's been an amazing episode, live stream show with you, Fonzie. Of course, we'll have you on again, and I can't wait for that. But just keep that head down and build and build and build. And we'll see you. We'll see you next week.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. And then we're gonna get that Trump interview and Michael Saylor.
How's McDurr doing? Is he stressed right now? He's probably up against it, ain't he?
Oh man, he's I think I stressed McDurr enough. No, he's on grandma too. Like I think we're on grandma. We're just like making sure we have processes in place, and just getting ready for like the next phase. Like it's a gradual process, right? Like there's always all these things we want to do, and then like in the midst of all that stuff is always doing user surveys, always getting feedback. Making sure we do the right thing. We built the right thing for the end user. And so he's always grinding, he's building too. So we're always just back and forth every single day. Actually, I think every day nonstop, like last year.
That's dedication.
There ain't no better friendship than someone as a partner with you on
exactly.
So that's
well, especially you'll know real quick if it's going to work or not. I mean, for the most part, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that after that, you realize how much you have in common in terms of your goals and stuff like that. So awesome.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, all right, Fonzie. Well, we'll talk to you soon. We appreciate you jumping on, and we'll see you next week.
Awesome. Sounds great. All right. See you guys. Take care. Cheers.
Peace.
Absolutely amazing, like always, man. Appreciate Fonzie, dude. He's been nonstop building, and that's the thing about the space is like you have to appreciate your builders, because without the building, there's no innovation, right? So these guys who are breaking their backs right now and for free, I mean, they're not really earning anything right now. That's the difference between now and a year from now. Is people are going to have a lot of funding at that point because there's going to be a lot of money flowing. Right now, these guys are building for passion projects right now, like this. Obviously down the line they're hoping to make money on fees and things like that, but right now, I mean, when you grind day to day for no paycheck, that's when you know that if this
you
is
believe in what you're doing.
Exactly. Yep.
That's the biggest thing, right? And you might not hit it out of the park this time, and it might take 1 or 2 more projects or whatever, but if you have that conviction over and over, you'll get it right eventually, right? And I'm not saying that with them because like we know Fonzie's past. That's exactly a perfect example for him, right? Like now he's brought something to market that's awesome in the Bitcoin ecosystem. So we're excited about that. And speaking of Fonzie and Ordinal Hive, guys, if you do have a moment, just check them out. If you don't know anything about them, just go to their Twitter, go to their website, learn about them. And if you have access, go stress test the platform, earn the points, because these are going to be like Blur points. And like I've said before, Blur has never experienced a full-blown bull market, and now you get to do that with the Bitcoin ecosystem with Ordinal Hive. So that's what I'll say about that. Yeah,
it's exciting. I'll be grinding for points for sure. I'm going to be grinding, so it should be fun.
Yeah, for sure. And then you got Fluid tokens, guys. We talked about the staking. There's going to be more announcements coming out. Check them out. Earn the points there as well on their Runes decks, Verothium decks. We're going to try to get them on tonight. We'll see. We have a meeting with them today. That'd be amazing. I do for sure have that feeling of it's time finally.
They're launching, guys.
Yeah,
it'll be.
They put the rocket launch on there, right?
Yeah, it'll be the next 2 days. So yeah. For sure. I think so. So Verothium decks, get ready for that. If it doesn't come in the next 2 days, don't blame me. But I think it's going to be good the next 2 days. I think it might be.
Either way, we'll get Sam on so you can yell at him. And then finally, our partner Traverse, which is the #1 security solution for all Bitcoin layer 1 assets. Protect your assets, guys. As things get crazier and crazier, we're going to see those 6-figure losses again. Hopefully we don't. Knock on wood, right? Like hopefully we don't, but protect your assets. We have community members, Mr. Sheedy, I Walk Alone, that swear by Traverse, and as we do, because they have had bad experiences and now they're protecting them. They have good experiences using Traverse. So, that is it. And thank you, Kai, for the $5 tip there, sir. We appreciate that.
Shout out to Kai Effect, man. Appreciate you, my friend. You were always with the love. You're the guy. All right, guys, if you guys wouldn't mind going to check out ordinalrevolution.com. We have some of the best articles here. If you know someone new in the space, send them our website. Kind of get them caught up very quickly and everything. And time's running out, guys. Click the Bitcoin Nashville button. Let's see you guys inside the building. We have you obviously hit this right here, and it's expensive. We've been shouting to you guys since it was like $200. Like it's been a long time. So the prices have gone up, and they will go up higher tomorrow. So if you think you can get this price and you're going to buy Monday, you're wrong. This price will not be available on Monday. It is going up tomorrow. So definitely check this out, guys. After party is sold out, so that sucks. But yeah, so includes all this stuff. So check this out, guys. It's on our website there at ordinalrevolution.com. You click it, it'll take you to the buy page. And it's a little too late for the store, but at the next conference or whatever, you guys can definitely have some gear. We have some of the best gear. Look at the school bag. Send your kids back to school with the Ordinal Revolution school bag. Everyone would wonder what the hell is that, but
I'm going to bring that to the conference so you guys can see it live. I'm going to put my laptop in there because we
did you get it?
It came in. It's dope, man. I like it. I mean, it's not huge, but it's not tiny. It's kind of a regular standard bag. So
awesome. So yeah, guys, we got all the shirts here, and you got a view all here. You can kind of see everything that we have in our thing. And if there is something you guys would like us to add, just let us know. We can add pretty much anything. Just let us know. That'll help us out as well, seeing what you guys are thinking. Yeah. But that's the show, guys. We appreciate.
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
D-Love, DM me on Twitter. Give me the address that has the Hive pass in there, and I'll pass that on to him so we can get that done quicker. But yeah, for everybody else, if you have a Hive pass, go to the.
He's going to need your Merlin address, correct?
No, because it's going to be the address that. Oh, as long as it's not X first, but I guess X first wouldn't matter anyways because they accept X first on Merlin. No, because it creates. Yeah, it'll create the particle network. Account extraction. Smart.
I didn't know it could do that. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, guys, check us out Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. UTC. Check us out all week, guys. We appreciate you guys so much. And like I said, beginning of the show, I must state it again. Next Thursday and Friday, we will not be live. The consistent streak ends next Thursday and Friday. Potentially Wednesday too, depending on some flight patterns and stuff like that. Maybe we'll do something, a pre-record for Wednesday. We'll do something for Wednesday for sure, and we'll let you guys know. But that's the show, guys. We appreciate you guys here every single day with us, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Peace.
We OG, oh no, G. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the or no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the or no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock, ayy. Rooms is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution, ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro. Got friends right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro. Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, lock it in the seal. Merlin, I got balls of steel. Nuki on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me.